You're staring at a photograph of a dead woman. Her name was Claire Barton, 34, elementary school teacher. Found in her apartment in a bathtub full of cold water, with her wrists arranged on the porcelain rim, like she was resting. No forced entry. No sexual assault. No robbery. The only thing missing from the apartment is a single Polaroid from a frame on her nightstand. The photo was of her and her dog. You know this because her sister told you, and then her sister cried so hard she couldn't breathe, and you sat there holding a notepad and waiting because that's what detectives do. They wait. They wait for people to stop crying long enough to give them something useful. The sandwich is cold. The photo is colder. Claire is number 3. Number 1 was Angela Reeves, 31, veterinary technician. Found in the same position. Bathtub. Wrists on the rim. Cold water. No forced entry. A single photograph missing from a frame in the living room. Number 2 was Dana Moretti, 29. Dental hygienist. Same signature. Same staging. Same surgical removal of 1 photograph. 3 women. 3 bathtubs. 3 stolen images. The media hasn't connected them yet because they're in 3 different jurisdictions, and cross-jurisdictional cooperation in this country runs on fax machines and ego. You've connected them because connecting things nobody else connects is the only skill you have that matters. You're 41. Homicide detective. 16 years on the job. You've worked 214 cases and cleared 178 of them, which gives you an 83% solve rate, which makes you one of the best in the state, which means absolutely nothing at 2 a.m. when you're looking at crime scene photos and trying to understand why a man arranges dead women's arms like they're sleeping in a painting. Your ex-wife says you're married to dead people. She's not wrong. She left 4 years ago and took the kids to her mother's in Connecticut. You see them every other weekend. They're 9 and 11 now. Your daughter asked you last Christmas what you think about all day, and you said puzzles, because the truth would require a therapist and a bottle of something you promised yourself you'd stop buying. The profile builds itself. You studied behavioral analysis at Quantico on a fellowship the department barely approved. The FBI's method is a 6-step framework that starts with crime scene analysis and ends with apprehension. You're on step 4, profile generation. Here's what you know. He's organized. The scenes are clean. No DNA under fingernails. No hair. No fibers that don't match the victim's own environment. He plans meticulously. He brings his own tools, a ligature you can't identify, and something that sedates without leaving standard toxicology markers. He spends time with the body after death. The posing is deliberate, almost tender. He wants them to look peaceful. The stolen photograph is his signature, his psychological trophy, the thing he takes to relive the experience. The victims share a profile, women in their late 20s to mid-30s, living alone, working in caregiving professions. Teacher, vet tech, hygienist. Women whose job is taking care of others. The behavioral read, he's selecting women who represent something he lost. A caretaker, a nurturer. Someone who was supposed to take care of him and didn't. You present the profile to the task force on a Monday morning. White male, 30 to 45. Above average intelligence. Employed. Possibly medical or veterinary background given the sedation method. Socially competent. Not a loner. Charming enough to gain entry without force. Lives within a 30-mile radius of the murder sites. Keeps the stolen photographs somewhere accessible because he revisits them. Probably has a workspace or room that's private and organized. The room goes quiet. 20 cops looking at you like you just described a ghost. One of them asks, "So what do we do with this?" You say, "We wait for number 4. It's the worst answer and the only honest one. Number 4 comes 6 weeks later. Sarah Pennington, 33, pediatric nurse. Same staging, same bathtub, same missing photograph. But this time, there's something new. A single blonde hair on the bathroom tile that doesn't belong to Sarah. It's the first physical evidence in 4 murders. DNA processing takes 11 days that feel like 11 months. No match in CODIS. He's never been arrested. He's never been swabbed. He's a ghost who sheds. But now you have his DNA, which means the next time he makes a mistake, you'll be able to prove it. The problem is that next time means another dead woman in a bathtub. You start geographic profiling. You map the 4 sites. The cluster forms an arc across the metro area with a center of gravity in a suburban corridor between two highways. Statistically, organized serial offenders live within their comfort zone. You narrow it to a 15-mile radius. Within that radius, you pull records on every white male between 30 and 45 with medical training. 847 names. You cross-reference against proximity to the victims. Did any of these men have a connection to Angela's veterinary clinic? Dana's dental office? Claire's school? Sarah's hospital? The database work takes 3 weeks. Your partner handles the legwork. You handle the insomnia. Week 5. A name surfaces. Thomas Hale, 38, veterinary pharmaceutical sales rep. His territory includes Angela Reeves's clinic. He also has a dental appointment history at Dana Moretti's practice, which would be a coincidence if you believed in coincidence, which you stopped doing around murder number 2. You pull his background. Born in Michigan. Mother was a nurse. Father left when he was 7. Raised by a single mother who died of an overdose when he was 16. Foster care. Aged out. Educated himself. Earned a degree in animal science. Clean record. No arrests. No complaints. Registered voter. Pays his taxes on time. On paper, Thomas Hale is the most unremarkable man in America, which is exactly what the profile predicted. You can't get a warrant on proximity and a profile. You need evidence. So you do the thing that will either break the case or break your career. You get close.